But yeah, so let's kind of change gears a little bit. Let's look back at this these standings here. So let's do the NL first, then let's do the AL. But what are your playoff predictions right now for the Padres, or not the Padres, but for the NL overall? What are you thinking? If you had to pick a division winner from the East, Central, and West, who are the three teams that you're picking? And then we'll go into the wild card a little bit after that, and then we'll do the AL as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Dodgers winning the division and winning being the first seed in the NL. I mean, they're 4 games up in the National League right now. I think they're an immensely better team than the Mets. And I think they're, like I said, they're bound to make a big upgrade, if not a big upgrade, a necessary upgrade. So I'll go with them finishing in first in the NL West and in the NL in general. Then I'm gonna go with the Braves finishing second. I just think that they've been a fantastic team ever since starting slow. And I think they got all the pieces to be able to essentially do what they did last year. The Mets are kind of one of those teams. I think they're kind of lacking power like us, and that might come back to bite them. At the same time, you look at it, they will be getting back Jacob deGrom, who is fantastic. I mean, the best pitcher in baseball when he's healthy. And they still got Max Scherzer, Chris Bassett, Carlos Carrasco. Some a really solid rotation. That might separate them from the Braves, but I'll still roll with the Braves. World Series champions, hard to not roll with them. But that one is a toss-up. I'm gonna go with. I want to go with the Cardinals over the Brewers. Yeah, that's actually what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals over the Brewers, and if they don't win the division, I do think the Cardinals are the type of team to go further than the Brewers because the Brewers have a weak lineup. Go with the Cardinals over the Brewers. I'll have the Mets as the 4th seed. I'll have the Padres as the 5th seed, and I'll have the Brewers as the 6th seed. Yeah, that is what I'm gonna roll with. Did you want to talk about the NL too, or did you want to or the AL too, or just the NL? NL, right?
I'll do my NL, but let's do the AL after too. I think it'll be interesting.
Okay.
Obviously, probably a little bit more knowledge in the NL for us, just because we're watching a little bit more. But
Yeah.
I think it's fun to kind of look at the teams, look who's been hot and stuff. For me, I'm gonna go. I'll start with the Central because I have the same idea as you. I think the Cardinals are gonna jump the Brewers. I think there's a good chance that happens. I think the Cardinals are also another team. We talked about the Padres being poised to make a move. The St. Louis Cardinals are absolutely poised to make a move. They have, I think, the best farm system in the sport right now. They also have a lot of guys. They're getting to the point where they don't really have enough roster spots to protect guys anymore. And it's kind of concerning because it's like, all right, I think that we need to go and we need to move packages of guys to upgrade the actual MLB team, just because they're not going to have space for them. So I expect them to make multiple moves. They're a team that's really, really into Soto. I don't know if they're going to land him. If they don't land him, same kind of deal with the Padres. They're going to have multiple contingency plans. Fingers crossed for us. But I expect them to have multiple contingency plans. I think they're going to be a better team than the Brewers. They're also 2.5 games out. So like that lead in the division doesn't really mean much. So I'm having them take over the Central. In the East, dude, I'm taking the Braves, man. I'm taking the Braves to jump the Mets. The Mets are like, the Mets are going to be good when they have Scherzer and DeGrom. I think the Mets are maybe the worst team you want to play in the wild card round because
definitely.
You do not want to do that. That's the last team you want to play. But I think they're going to be in the wild card spot. So I think that they're going to be a wild card team. I think the Braves are going to win the division. It's really close right now, but if you guys remember, the Mets had many, many games on them. So we got the Mets taking a wild card, still being in the playoff, but the Braves taking that division. And in the West, I have the Dodgers being the 1 seed. So I'm going to go seeding wise. Dodgers 1. Cardinals. No, I'm going to go Dodgers 1, Braves 2, Cardinals 3. Then for the wild card, I'm going to go Mets 4. I'm going to go Brewers 5 and Padres 6. I say Brewers 5 and Padres 6 because I would way rather the Padres get the 6th seed than the 5th seed in this scenario, because the way that the playoffs work is basically if you're the 6th seed, you play the 3 seed. So in this case, the Padres would play the Cardinals. And then the Brewers would go and play the Mets, and they'd go up against DeGrom and Scherzer. If you're in a spot where you're like really close with the Brewers, bro, start losing some games and do not take that 5th seed. It's not worth it. There's no reason to do that. And then, if you're the 6th seed, you'd end up playing the Dodgers in the second round. But I do think that's the best thing. But I think that's where I'm at. So that's my 1 through 6 there. I think, I mean, pretty much the same. The only difference we have is Brewers and the Padres from the standings. And honestly, I don't really know who I would take legitimately, but I just wouldn't want to have that 5 seed in my scenario.
Mhm.
Couple other teams to mention in this: the Phillies and the Giants. We talked about a little bit before when we were talking about the Padres specifically, but these are two teams that could definitely be in the mix. Outside of them, I don't really think there's another team that's like legit in it. I don't
Yeah.
really know how much faith I have in the Giants in general, but the Marlins are selling. I mean, look at all these third place teams. The Marlins are selling, or the fourth place team, I guess. The Marlins aren't good. The Rockies aren't good. The Cubs aren't good. Like none of the other teams are going to be in it. So there's two other teams really fighting with the current teams in the playoffs right now. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at there. But anything you want to add on the NL before we flip to the AL?
Nope, nothing on the NL. Let's go to the AL. I'll go ahead and start. I know the Yankees are the best team in baseball right now, but I'm actually gonna go with the Astros taking over that 1 seed when the season's over. The Astros are a damn good team, man. A lot of people hate them, but dude, the Astros are such a good team. They lose Carlos Correa and Pena goes in and isn't playing up to Correa, but he's playing pretty damn close up to Carlos Correa standards. So I do think the Astros will end up taking that 1 seed. Justin Verlander is pitching his ass off, man. That is one of the most remarkable comebacks I've ever seen. An old pitcher coming off Tommy John and doing what he's doing now is fantastic. I'll go with the Yankees at second. I don't even understand how the hell the Twins are in third. They're 52-44. That is the same record as us. It's just that AL Central is trash. So I will go with the I'll go with the Twins winning that. They'll get the 3rd seed. I'm actually going to go with the Rays taking over that 4th seed, the Blue Jays taking over that 5th seed, and the Mariners being the 6th seed.
Okay, I like it. I'm gonna say Yankees over Astros only because I was reading a lot of stuff and I was actually listening to, I think it was Chris Rose, I want to say,
Mhm.
just about like the AL playoff picture, and they were talking about the Astros being a team that they think the Astros are gonna kind of like fall off from the 1 seed, where like the Yankees got to keep this juice going, being in this tough division, where like the Astros, it's like, all right, you're in the clear driver's spot. They're not really the type of team to like really care that much about the 1 seed and getting the biased 1 or 2. So I think it's pretty clear where the standings are right now. It's going to be the Yankees and the Astros in the 1 and 2 spots. I'll go Yankees 1. I'll go Astros 2. Wild card is tough. I'll get to that in a second. I think it is, dude. The AL is a lot better in terms of the competition for the playoffs than the
Oh,
NL.
definitely,
It
yeah.
definitely is. But Central, dude, I kind of want to go with the Guardians, honestly.
I was gonna go with the Guardians. I was, but
I
yeah, Twins.
I like my guy Josh Naylor over there. He's been sick this year. All the walk-offs he's had.
Mhm.
But I feel like the Guardians might end up taking a hold of that division. I'm gonna go with the Guardians. I'm gonna say the Guardians take that. I'm gonna say the Twins
I
barely
like
lose
it.
out. Another thing with the Twins is they do have Byron Buxton, and I'm not rooting for
Guys,
this at all. Like
God.
he's missed so many games, like, and if they don't have him, it is a massive drop off when he's on the field and when he's not on the field. It is like a Tatis level effect on their lineup. So I'm going to say that the Guardians are going to make it just because I have a little bit more confidence in them over the past few years. Much more stable franchise. And also, if the Twins were to make the playoffs, I don't know if you guys know this, but the Twins have lost like 20 playoff games in a row or something ridiculous.
Yep.
I only know this because my roommate throughout college was from Minnesota, so it was really hilarious to see all of his team's collapses. But I don't have a lot of faith in the Twins like over the course of the season. So yeah, wild card teams: Blue Jays, Rays, Mariners. Those are the 3 teams in it right now. I think they could get a little crazy. Maybe the Orioles will sneak in, but I really
Yeah,
don't
that'd be
think
fun.
the O's are making it, man.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but that would be fun.
Yeah, I think in terms of the order, I will probably go Blue Jays, then the Mariners, then the Rays, only because this is a tough division. I think these teams or I think the Rays might get beat up a little bit, but I still think
Yeah.
they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Couple other teams that would definitely be in the mix here: the White Sox and the Twins. Since I have the Guardians winning, the White Sox and the Twins could totally, be in a spot to get that wild card. And final thing I'll bring up with the AL is Dude, how in the hell? How in the hell are the Angels all the way down here? It is just like, and I get it, like we talk about it so much, but they're not even. Oh, I guess they're not even on the screen right now. I have it up where I can see them over the overlay. They're not even on the screen, man. Like, what are they? 15 games under 500. That is so bad. Like, it just frustrates me just because multiple superstars' careers are getting their careers wasted. But that's my AL playoff picture right there. Anything you want to add to the AL?
No, man, nothing other than the Angels should sell Ohtani. They need to stop. They need to stop holding him hostage.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Hopefully, I don't think he's going to get traded this deadline, but I think that a trade is on the horizon for sure with him.